Once upon a time in a bustling city, there lived a young man named Ethan. He was ambitious and determined, always chasing after success and the next big thing. He worked long hours, pushed himself relentlessly, and strived for perfection in everything he did. But with every passing day, the weight of his ambitions grew heavier, and the stress in his life became overwhelming. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the city lights flickered to life, Ethan found himself sitting alone in a quiet park. The stress and anxiety he had been carrying were like a heavy cloud over his head, and he realized that he couldn't continue like this. He needed guidance, a way to find peace in the chaotic race of life. As if by fate, he heard about a Zen master who was known to provide wisdom and guidance to those in need. Determined to find a solution to his problems, Ethan set out on a journey to meet the Zen master, who lived in a serene monastery on the outskirts of the city. After a long and arduous journey, Ethan finally reached the monastery. The Zen master, a wise old man with a serene smile, welcomed him. Ethan poured out his heart, explaining how he felt like he was in a never-ending race, with no finish line in sight. He described his constant stress and anxiety, which seemed to be his constant companions. The Zen master listened attentively and then nodded. He gestured for Ethan to sit beside him. In the soft glow of lantern light, the Zen master began to speak. "Life is indeed a race, young one," he said, "but it's not a race against others. It's a race against yourself. It's a journey to discover your true nature, your purpose, and your inner peace. When you compete with others, you often lose sight of what truly matters." Ethan was intrigued, and he leaned in, eager to hear more. The Zen master continued, "Let me tell you a story. Once there were two monks who lived in a quiet village. One day, they set out to cross a dense forest to reach a neighboring village. The path through the forest was treacherous, filled with thorns and wild animals. As they began their journey, the elder monk took the lead, and the younger monk followed closely. The elder monk, though, stopped at various points to admire the beauty of the forest, to listen to the birdsong, and to enjoy the rustling leaves. He moved at a slow, deliberate pace, savoring every moment. The younger monk, anxious to reach the other side, kept rushing ahead, his mind filled with thoughts of what awaited him in the neighboring village. He barely noticed the beauty of the forest around him. The Zen master paused and looked at Ethan. "Do you know what happened, my child?" he asked. Ethan thought for a moment and replied, "The elder monk reached the other side of the forest, but the younger monk, in his haste, must have encountered more difficulties and dangers along the way." The Zen master nodded, his eyes filled with compassion. Indeed, the younger monk did encounter many difficulties, and by the time he reached the other side, he was exhausted, injured, and disheartened. The elder monk, on the other hand, arrived calmly and unscathed. "Life, young one, is like that forest," the Zen master explained. "If you rush through it, always focusing on the end goal, you'll miss the beauty of the journey. The true race is the one within, a journey to understand yourself, to find your inner peace, and to appreciate each moment." Ethan's eyes were filled with realization. The Zen master's words were a profound revelation. He thanked the Zen master for his wisdom and vowed to approach life with a new perspective. As Ethan left the monastery, he felt a weight lifted from his shoulders. He understood that the true race in life was not about outpacing others, but about finding his own pace, embracing the journey, and savoring each moment. With newfound clarity, he returned to the city, ready to face life's challenges with a heart full of serenity and purpose.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our future videos.